What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. And today we have a 08 Tacoma. Got the 4-cylinder in it, and we're going to be doing transmission pan gasket and filter and flush and all that good stuff. And I like these because they do have a drain plug on these, so we'll drain that, let it come out, and then after we do that, we will come and take the pan off and pull the filter out. These, we were told by the factory, do not have a gasket. They have just silicone around it, so we'll probably have to do some cleanup on that. We did check the fluid and it was a little dark. I can go ahead and show you what we got as far as transmission fluid. This is our fluid shelf, and that is what they gave us, ATF type TIV. And I think that's the low viscosity stuff, I believe. It's almost like LV. I think it's Toyota's type of LV. But they said that we only needed 4 quarts to do this. So that's what they sent us. Then they sent us a filter. And we're just going to use just some little gray silicone for the fluid. The gasket, I don't know why I said fluid. I showed y'all the fluid already. And then we have a Toyota filter. Part number is 35330-60030. And like I said, it does not come with a gasket just because we don't need one. So let me get y'all up on a tripod. I'm trying to get some light underneath here so we can see a little better. And it is absolutely freezing outside. The high for today is like 24 degrees. It's supposed to get down to 9 degrees tonight, which is pretty low for us South Carolinians. So, and we're calling for a little bit of snow today. We'll see how that goes. Last time they called for snow. Last week we got more ice than we did snow. We got like a quarter inch of ice, and we ended up getting like just a dusting of snow. But they did shut everything down like normal. And yes, everybody did the typical run and get your bread and milk thing. And the sad thing is, we were out of bread at the house and we needed it. But let me get some light in here, and then I'll bring y'all back with some tools and everything we're going to need to do this. Got y'all in a pretty decent little spot right here, and it shows pretty good. So pretty much you're going to need like a 10, I think a 12 and a 14 to do this. So go ahead and put that loose. Pull y'all back a little bit. Drain plug is a little bit shallower than I thought it was. Your drain plug. Let me grab a rag real quick. And y'all can see how dirty the fluid is. And like I said, 10 millimeter around the edges. And sometimes you can get these off without taking the dipstick portion off the front. And we may try it that way. If so, you won't need the 12, but if you do, there is a 12 millimeter bolt up on the bell housing that kind of loosens up and allows the dipstick to move. So you can kind of go off of that. But I'm going to let this drain for a second until it just kind of stops. And then once it stops, I'll put the drain plug back in. We'll tighten it down, and then we'll start pulling off all the perimeter bolts. And I'm going to have to get an extension anyway. So now that the fluid is pretty much all out of it, we are going to put the drain plug, and I'm putting a new gasket on here. It's just little generic ones that I keep around. There's no part number. You can get them at the parts store, and like a bag of like 100 of them or something. I think it's like $20 for like 100 of them. It's just I use them enough. And this torques to 15 foot-pounds. It don't take much. Alright, got that on. Now let's start pulling this drain pan off and lower my catch pan down a little bit. Oil pan, drain pan, whatever you want to call them. Can't think straight on a cold day. I just want to get this down because it's going to continue to drip once we pull the pan off. But I just want to keep it from dripping too much on the floor. Makes for a slippery surface. And here we go. We'll zip these off one at a time. I'm going to use one on the side of it. Make it a bit easier for me to pull off. By the way, this is an A340E transmission. Normally the F's are four drives. You notice I might have to get my 1/4 inch to get that last one in the middle. It's a little tight on my 3/8 ratchet. Even on that one, it's a little tight. They give you just enough room to get it. That one. Now we'll take these side ones off a little bit at a time, just because once I break the seal on the pan, it's going to fall down. You can get a scraper blade, you can get a little thin screwdriver, something just to pop in between the pan and the transmission case, and then that way it should free it up. Once it starts to pop loose, it should come down. You hear that little popping noise? That means that it broke loose. There we go. Now she's finished. Finished taking off the side bolts. There's one. And this last one. Be careful, it may fall down. I don't know how well your seal is on your dipstick. Just keep that in mind. Yeah, I'm going to have to take the dipstick off in both bolt locations just to give me a little bit of wiggle room. I'm going to take you off the tripod and kind of show y'all where those are real quick. Right there, right in front of the starter, and then there's one right there on the intake. Both of those are 12s. You can take those off, and then you can pull the dipstick out, or you can even pull the whole dipstick down with the pan, whatever you want to do. But you're going to have to do that just so it comes out. Alright, I'm unscrewing it now, and it's coming down. I only took the lower bolt off. That's what that looks like. And it actually allowed it to move some. I'm going to scoop this up a little bit, and I'm probably going to rotate it and try to get more of the fluid out, because it doesn't get it all out. Now this is the part that you need to be careful with, because once it comes out, it's going to want to just all of a sudden pop out, and you can throw fluid everywhere. And there it is. And we're going to clean this out. I'm going to scrape all this right here off. I'll probably use like a little wire wheel. I'm going to go around the edge of that as well with my scraper. And we'll clean up everything. Should be like 3 magnets in here. Yes, 1, 2, and 3. They got a little bit of stuff on them. Nothing major. There's no chunks in here. That's the good thing. Now, all in all, I mean, it's dirty fluid, but there's no chunks, no broken pieces. That's what we want to see.